Howdy everyone, my name is Country and welcome to my valley. Today we are going to talk about the Garden of Whimsy Star Path. And we're going to break it down and what we got as far as task wise and maybe what we can expect in the next update with the Mysteries of Skull Rock. And maybe what game life can change, what can stay the same, what was good, what was bad. So let's get down to business. Let's discuss what all the tasks were in the Garden of Whimsy. Now, this was my very first star path that I completed fully for the first time. I started playing this game during the Aladdin update, and I didn't have all the characters yet, so it was very hard for me to really work on that star path. But when the Alice update came along, I really wanted to focus on getting all the items and making sure I had all the characters that I needed for the star path so I could finish it. And here's my takeaways of what I learned. I made a few graphics that I'm going to be showing you. If they're not great, I did just throw them together pretty quickly. I did want to make this video before the Peter Pan update comes out next week. So let's go ahead and get started. And I've broken these tasks down into 3 different categories: easy, intermediate, and hard. So each task I categorize into those 3 groups. So in the first group we'll just kind of break it down a little bit at a time. So night thorns, okay? With night thorns there are 4 different tasks that require the removal of night thorns. Now if you don't have a problem with your valley being gross like mine, I have night thorns everywhere. So if you don't mind your valley looking gross, then just leave your night thorns, and then when these tasks come along, it is super simple. Just go clean them up, and it feels really nice when those come along, because you're like, oh, I get to finally clean for a bit. So that's why that one is in the easy category, because it really is if you don't mind your valley being messy. Okay, so on to the next one. We have mine gems. Now, this actually happens more in a different category, or in a different group, than easy. So I'm really talking about the first, let's see. The first 2 tasks in mine gems are pretty easy. Now once you get into the other ones, that's when they get hard. So the first couple tasks, there's 2 tasks I put in the easy category for mining gems. And that's basically, you just mine 5 gems, and the other one was mining 10 gems. So basically just go to the rocks that you see that has the gems, mine those, and you'll be done. It's pretty simple. Especially for those 2 tasks. Now there are some mining that I put in the intermediate group. We'll get to those a little bit later. And by the way, I put 40 different tasks in the easy category. So in the Garden of Whimsy, there are 110 tasks. So 40 of them I put in the easy category. Alright, so the next is Royal Task. Now, I split this up as well, because the first 2 tasks of Royal Task is you'll get 1 for 5. You'll get 1 to do 5 tasks, and the next one you'll get 10 tasks. I only put doing the 5 task duties in the easy category. Once you get past doing 5, it takes a little bit more time, but I think just doing 5 is pretty simple, pretty easy. You just come in here and you pick 5, and then you're done. After the 5 duty Dreamlight task, then it jumps to 10, and then it increases from there. My next one here is craft 3 items. That one is pretty self-explanatory. You can just go to your crafting station, and you can craft anything from fencing to paths. It doesn't matter. Just craft 3 items. I mean, that's the most simplest one. I'm not going to say it's the simplest one, but it's probably the quickest one that you can do. Cooking. There are 8 different cooking tasks And they're really not that hard. It just takes a little bit of time. Whether you have to make a 3-star meal, 4-star dessert, 5-star appetizer, stuff like that. And the most that I saw was you only had to do 10 of a specific item. So really you just stand here and just cook them all at once. Or you can use your slow cooker. If you have extra Dreamlight to spin, you can just leave them in the slow cooker and let them cook, and then pick them up when they're ready. And you can be off doing other things. Let's see. Villagers' favorite gifts. Now, I'm just talking about the very first time this pops up in the game, because there's more favorite gifts later on that we'll get to. But when this one first came up, it just says give a villager their favorite gifts, and you had to do it 3 times. So you could do it with one villager and give them all 3 gifts, or you could do one gift per villager. You just had to do 3 gifts to any villager. So that one was pretty simple.
A little help.
Not too hard. The rest of them do get a little harder. Let's see. Let's continue. I'm just trying to go fly through these. Just trying to break down the star path. I had this idea of doing this video. I'm not sure how well this video is going to turn out. We'll just wait and see. So the memories, there are 7 tasks of opening memories, and here is what I recommend. I use my floating island to do all my farming. So let's come up here to my farming area. And every time I farm up here, I'll leave the memories laid out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I don't know. I got maybe 15 or so, but I got some more in my house. When I do cooking at my house, I leave those memories laying around in the kitchen. But it looks like every time we have the open memories task, it was only 5. So as long as you have 5 memories laying around at a time, when that task comes up, you'll be able to complete it pretty quickly. And during the star path, I do a lot of farming, because this is where I get most of my memories from. So I recommend between now and the next update is just leave your memories in a more central location where you know where they're at. That way it'll be easier to complete that task. Let's see, what we got next? Harvest crops. Alright, so the first one we had was just harvesting apples. That one you'll just have to wait on your apple trees to replenish the apples, and then just keep going back. But the other ones we had to plant specifically, like cotton, canola, potatoes. And what I recommend is just coming up here and planting the crop. Well, the very first thing I recommend is the first couple days after the update comes out, wait for the star path information to be updated, and go in there and write down all the harvest crops, and come up here and plant the very first crop. And by the time that task comes available, all you have to do is come up here and harvest it. And as soon as you harvest it, go ahead and plant the next one. And by the time that task comes along, it will be ready to harvest as well. And then so on and so forth until you finish all the harvesting crops. That's what I plan on doing this go around. The last time in this particular star path, I just waited till it came along. I came up here and planted it, and then I just waited to harvest it. But this time I'm going to plan ahead, and it should go by a lot quicker. What we got next? We've got feeding critters. This one was actually really simple. So let me go to the Sunlit Plateau. There's actually a bird I need to feed today that's only available on Friday. I'm trying to catch it as a critter, and I don't think it's that one. No, I'm looking for the other one. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I see it. Alright, so for this one, it said to feed a certain critter their favorite gifts 5 times. But what you could do is you could feed them all at the same time. Now, I'm hoping they don't nerf this where you have to wait another day. I hope they don't time gate this at all. Because literally, you could come in here and you could feed. And as soon as they got done, you could feed them again 5 times in a row. And it was super simple. Okay, I did not get that bird. This is the orchid sunbird I still don't have yet. And I guess I have to wait till next Friday when he's available again. But anyway, yeah, you can just carry all the favorite foods with you. And then just feed them all at the same time. So that was super simple. Because we had sea turtles, we had squirrels. And you just fed them one right after the other. And it was very simple. And then we had collect shellfish. This is also a super simple one. Just go to your storage room, grab a stack of shellfish, drop it, and pick it up. Literally, that would finish that task. It's as simple as that, really. And then the last one we have is 20 gifts to a blonde. Okay, when I first read this... Alright, who's my closest villager? Alright, let's pretend Aladdin is a blonde.
I really like how everyone helps each other out here.
I originally thought this was favorite gifts. And remember, when you give them a favorite gift, they only have 3 favorite gifts per day. And the blondes was Alice, Kristoff, Elsa. I'm not sure if there was a 4th. Those are 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. But when I was streaming one day, someone told me that you don't have to do favorite gifts. You do gifts, and you can just spam one character 20 gifts at one time. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I could have finished this like days ago. So literally, just give them 20 items. Just find the most items that you have, and just give them 20. So as long as it doesn't say favorite gifts,
whole place is like
just pick up some trash items that you don't need. And just spam them and just fill up their pockets with them. Give it to them. Let them carry it around for a little while. Alright, so that was the easy category. Now we're going to get into the intermediate. So they get a little bit harder here. And there's 38 tasks that I put into this group. And we have mine gems. And the reason I put mine gems in this category because... there are, how many did I write down here? There are 9 mining tasks, and they're all specific. So they're either to mine a particular color, a particular shape, or shinies. So this is when I recommend making sure you have the pickaxe potions, so you can really finish these tasks a lot quicker. Because these tasks do take longer. That's why I put them into this group. And basically the way I categorized all these is how much time do they take. So these do take a little bit longer. That's why they're not in the easy category. So once you get to the mining ones, just make sure you get a pickaxe potion and you'll be able to get them done faster than you think. Then we have royal task in here again. And the reason why these are back in here, because there's 7 total royal tasks. This is what we had in this particular star path. We had 2 that you had to do 10 tasks. We had 4 of them where you had to do 15 tasks. And then we had 1 where we had to do 20. So yeah, they start to get more and more time consuming to do those Dreamlight duties. So they're not hard to do, it just takes time. Whether you have to go fishing, mine rocks, you know, stuff like that, feed critters, just it really depends on what pops up in your Dreamlight duties. And then craft potions, this was a very simple one. As long as you have the ingredients. So if you don't have the ingredients, make sure you have them to craft the potions that are needed. So that one was pretty simple because I had the ingredients, thank goodness. If you don't, then yeah, it's going to take some time to go get those materials. But other than that, it's not too bad. And fishing, there are 10 fishing tasks. It starts out pretty easy. I put all the fishing tasks into this category because fishing does take, a little bit of time. So it started off with just getting 5 fish from any location, and then after that you had to go get fish from each biome. So the next one was the meadow, then the beach, then the forest of valor, and then so on and so forth. You had to go to all the biomes. Then you had to catch fish from golden ripples, and there was one where you had to catch specifically seafood. So that took a little bit of time for me, catching seafood. Let's see what we got next. We got serving customers. So with this one, there are 11 tasks that we had to do in this star path. Whether you had to serve customers at Remy's, where you had to serve customers at Tiana's, or whether it could be either or. Now the reason why this is in the intermediate category, because there's only so many people in the restaurant at one time. See, if I go into Tiana's right now, yeah, see, right now I have 1 customer. That's not good. And the restaurants, from what I know, from my experience and my knowledge, is that the restaurants only reset every hour. So that means I would have to wait an hour to come back. See, if we go into Remy's, and we got two people in here. So if I had a task right now where I had to serve 5 customers at Tiana's, well, that's going to take a little while because right now I've only got 1. So if I'm not mistaken, the restaurants reset on the hour. So as I'm recording this right now, it is 10:14. So that means I wouldn't be able to come back into this restaurant for another 45 minutes to check again to see who else would be in here. So yeah, it does take some time to do the serving customers. It's just, it can be a pain when you go in there and let's just say you need 2 customers. It seems like it never fails. You go in there and you get 1. And it's just like, I have to wait again. But, that's my knowledge and information on serving customers. It resets on the hour, from what I've been told. So that's all of the intermediate. Now all the hard ones. There are 32 tasks in the hard category. And these are practically all time gated. With the daily conversations, there's 8 of them. Whether it be talk to Remy for 2 days, talk to Aladdin twice, and you can only talk to him once per day. So each one of these daily conversation tasks is automatically 2 days. And there are some that can be either 3 or 4 days, depending on if you have the villagers or not. So yeah, that's why this is in the hard category, because it's time gated. Just about all these tasks are time gated, except for the dream snaps. It depends on how you want to do your dream snaps. For me, when I do my dream snaps, I just want to do 1 submission and be done with it. I don't want to do one of those quick submissions just for the star path. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I mean, that's fine. You'll get through it quicker. But the way I like to do my dream snaps is I do mine on Saturday nights, because I'm usually off of work, and that's when I sit down and do mine. So that's how I do my dream snaps. The training manuals, we had to craft 3 of these, which requires 5,000 Dreamlight per manual. So that's a total of 15,000 Dreamlight. And there's no uncrafting it. So once you have them, you have them. You can't sell them. You can't uncraft them. I store mine. I believe I store mine up here in Mickey's hidden room. Cause I didn't want them in my regular storage because I'm not sure how often I'll be using these. I think I put them in here. Yeah, this is where I put my manuals. And if I need to craft more, I'll craft more and throw them in here. So this is where I store my manuals. Let's see. We got the favorite gifts. Favorite gifts. There are 13. I did not want to go back into that door. Oops. There are 13 total favorite gift tasks. And this is another one that some of them will take you 2 days. Some of them will take you 3. And depending on characters wise, it might be 4 days. So yeah, favorite gifts is a pain. It really is. Because there was one, this particular star path, where you had to talk to, or you had, I'm not sure if it was a daily conversation or favorite gifts, where you had to do it with either a demigod, with either Maui or Hades. Well, I don't have Hades. So I could only use Maui. Because I still only have the base game. I don't have any DLCs yet. Because I've only been playing for a few months. So when it came to do the favorite gifts for that particular task, I could only do Maui. So that one took me longer than it took everybody else. Was there any more? Oh yes, of course there's more. We had the boutique challenges. Which every time these come up, it's always a 2-day task. Because you had to do 2 boutique challenges and you can only do 1 per day. And they're not the funnest to do. But they're not that hard. But I put them in this category because they're time gated. So that's the breakdown of the Garden of Whimsy star path. So I'm unsure of what kind of task we'll be getting in the Peter Pan update. Will they nerf the task where we can spam gifts to villagers or spam gifts to critters? I hope they don't fix that. That's fine. I hope they do reduce the amount of favorite gifts, because that, when it gets to the end, it seems like that's all we were doing. It seems like every task that popped up was another favorite gifts. Another favorite gifts. And it was just like, here we go again. Okay. But all in all, it wasn't that bad of a star path. As long as you stayed on top of it and kind of planned for what was coming. I finished the star path with 30 some days left. I really wanted to make sure I got done. And I probably grinded a little harder at the beginning than I probably should have. I just didn't know how long it would take. So I was on here every day making sure I did a certain amount of star path duties. So anyway, this is my experience with the star path. It was my very first one. I'm super happy that I've got all the items and can't wait to see the items that we'll have available in the next update. And maybe I'll do another video with the Peter Pan star path breakdown. If you guys like this video, if you learned anything, press the like button to let me know that you learned something or you took something away from it. And if you really enjoy my content, hit the subscribe button. I'm really trying to get to 500 subs before the end of the year. And you can also come and join me when I go live when we're doing some star pathing, doing some questing, just hanging out and being goofy. So with that, hope you have a wonderful day. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time in the Valley.